Hello, I'm Jeff Price and I'm here to talk to you about hand and finger injuries. If safety is job one, then a worker's hands are tool number one. No single component on a job site is more important. And safeguarding this precious implement is truly in the hands of its owners. Our story today focuses on some of the major hazards that cause hand and finger injuries in the oil and gas industry. Workers need to be aware that many of the reported recordable incidents concern hand and finger injuries.
Hand and finger injuries can occur in many ways. The most common one are pinch points. We have pinch points in every place on the rig. The most common type of pinch point you'll get, for example, would be nipping your fingers in a door, when a door closes against a door jamb. How many times have you nipped your fingers in your whole life?
Another common example of a pinch point is on the drill floor where tongs are used. The area where the tong fits onto the pipe can cause major injuries. A last example is manual handling. When the load is set down, it is very easy to pinch fingers under the load.
All workers know the hazards to hands and fingers, and WDI wants all of them to know the effective techniques that can avoid these serious injuries. By using simple observation and hazard identification techniques, these kinds of mishaps can be greatly reduced.
Hazard identification techniques include being aware of your surroundings and knowing the hazards you face before you start the task. When opening doors or tank lids, make sure that you use the handles. Never grip the edge of the door or lid. Always be aware of your hand position when using tongs. Only place your hands on the handles and never be tempted to use the hanger or the lever of the tong. Handles are there for a good reason. Be aware of the other team members that are close by. Watch their hand positions. If you see someone who is in danger, call a timeout for safety, TOFS, and explain the danger to them. Gloves add a needed measure of protection. Wear them for every task.
Handling chemicals presents more hazards to hands. Among them, chemical burns and dermatitis. Injuries that can cause pain and take you off the job.
We all use chemicals on a daily basis in many ways, many that you probably wouldn't even think of. We use them as additives for drilling mud. We clean down engines with solutions of chemicals. We clean the galley and other surfaces with different chemicals. Chemicals are part of our everyday life and everyone on the rig uses them. When it comes to chemicals, our best protection is knowledge of what we are handling.
Read the Material Safety Data Sheet, MSDS. That will tell you the hazards involved and also the correct type of PPE, including gloves that are required, like wearing rubber gauntlet-type gloves when you're mixing caustic soda, in addition to a rubber apron and full face shield you will require. Normal gloves will not protect your hands and fingers. All tools can cause injury to hands and fingers. Hammers can miss their targets. Power tools that vibrate can cause blood supply problems to the fingers. Feeling can be lost. To avoid injuries, make sure your hands, gloves, and tools are clean and free from oil or mud. That means you'll have a better grip. Always use the tool within your limitations. Check the space around you for obstacles. Get a good balanced stance before you strike. Always be aware. Your job requires you handle equipment with sharp edges, metal clamps, steel, the threads on pipe or casing, hot metal, slings and wire rope with sharp strands, wood with splinters. Here are some tips to help you avoid some of these potential hazards. Again, be aware. Be aware of broken or ragged strands that can hang up on clothing, dragging your hand into the winch or snatch block. Never run a wire through your hand. Always handle wire hand over hand, and look for broken wires that can snag or penetrate your skin. Visually inspect metallic objects for sharp edges or small pieces of metal protruding from the object. When working with the welder, check to see if the metal is hot, always wearing the correct type of glove.
We also have good safety tools that will help to protect us from all types of injury, including TRA, HID cards, and most important of all, time out for safety. Teamwork and a commitment from every individual to work injury-free. When we all use these tools, we have a powerful defence against incident.
As with most safety issues on the job, the ultimate injury prevention for employees is in their hands. Thanks for watching.